Alright, welcome back. I was able to get that spring out, and now we have a 6mm Allen, really long Allen wrench, Allen key. Well, anyway, it's down in there. 3/8 drive, snappy. See if we can't loosen it up and get this thing apart and working good. Seems like it's coming. I'm not even sure what I'm going to expect to pull up here. I assume some plungers, a long shaft, and some plungers and a bumper. There we go. This bottom part here screws into the bottom of the fork, and that should be where the oil goes. I wager. Put that in my bucket, and then go over here to the other side. Drop in our Allen. Loosen up this side. What do I need a seal for this for? Maybe. Got this side loosened up. Old technology. I like the new forks. It's a little bit easier. Just unbolt the bottom and then you pull the uppers off. Almost unscrewed. There we go. There's the other side. It's not really good contrasting background. There we go. See this part in the center? That's a little rubber, kind of like a bump stop. Last ditch effort when you're getting the bottom out, so it doesn't hurt as bad. Let's see if we can now pull the forks apart. Looks like it. So close. Let's give it just a yank. There we go. Ooh. No oil at all in these, mind you. These old forks. The tubes look pretty good. There's no major deep marks or scuffing or anything, but the tubes are pretty dirty. Let's see inside there. Let's see. Not really get a good shot there, but we'll wipe that out. I've got this little thing I made from a fender holder, actually, like a beach cruiser. I stick paper towel in here, and then it's like a big gun cleaning tool. Uppers up there next to the lowers. Check this out. It's pretty cool. Get your paper towel, rip it in half, and then see there's an open end on the hoop. You shove your towel on the top side, curl it up in there, and then shazam, you can shove this in that shock tube, twist it around, get all that gunk out of there. Let's see what it looks like on the other end. Pretty nasty. Spin it the opposite way and pull it out. You dirty. So, after you clean the tubes, wipe off the grease on the bottom there. Put a fresh paper towel. Wipe out the other side. We'll wipe out the lowers. See what's in there. I'm sure there's some nasty stuff in there too. Just looking down inside. Oh, there's still some parts in there. See what's floating around in there. I got this little hook that I made out of an old there you go. Out of an old, what the hell's it called? A spoke. There we go. An old spoke. Oh, there's another bumper to help you Right before you bottom out. But there's no on this side too, yep. Just more parts to be cleaned and greased. I feel like I should be able to, there we go. There's the other one. Ew. Nasty. I feel as though I should be able to get this fork operating pretty good. I've got some shock oil here, and let's see how nasty this is. I've got some shock oil here. I got some 5-weight fox oil to work in here, though. I think it's 5-weight. I don't know if this will be as nice as the Manitou that I built, but better than nothing. It's not too dirty in there. I'll spray a little alcohol down in there, get it all cleaned out real good, and then put the oil in. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's pretty clean. Do the other side here. Let's see, which side did we do? We did one of them. Which one? I can't tell. They're all nasty. There we go. You run that down in here again. See, I'm just trying to get all the big stuff out before I throw the cleaner in there. Just a little alcohol. Get rid of all the old crusty oil and stuff. Or even simple green. You can do simple green too. Whatevs. Dealer's choice, you know. The seals look okay. I mean, they're soft still. They're not hard. The bushings don't have any super bad looking wear spots in them. Squirt a little alcohol in here. Up on the top for the seal area. Get another paper towel. Clean that off all nice and good. This is where all the crud's gonna be. Right in the top there. Still not that bad. For as crappy as these forks felt, they're in far better shape than I imagined they would be. Oh, I'm sure bright light. Yeah, these are way better shape than I would have imagined. Still gotta clean the bottom there. There's a little buildup of some crud. Looks like some liquid though. Probably water. Probably squirt a little WD in there just to be safe. Displace all that water. We don't want that water in there, making things all rusty and crappy again. The alcohol wouldn't be bad though either. Let's see if we squirt down there, a little WD. Squirting it right in the tubes. And I know there's water in there. I dumped out a whole bunch, but I know there's still a little bit of residual. Shove our little tool in there, twist it around. Woo! Alright, pull it up, give it a little twist. Yeah, doing pretty good. Doing good, doing good. Let's get the other side, not too dirty. Looks fairly clean down in there. Get it to the bottom, twist it both ways, pull it up, give it a little twist, try to get it as clean as you possibly can, pull it out. See, it's not too dirty, it's a little nasty, but way better than it was. Alright, wipe off the top here, seals. And then we'll re-grease everything. re-grease all this stuff up. Oh, there's still some crud in there that I don't want. I can see. I think it's water or old grease. I'm not sure. Let's get it out. Oh, I know what it is. It's oxidization of the water on the aluminum. That's what that is. Okay. Luckily, these seals are Teflon. That's not going to affect that. So, this is clean. That's good. I'll wipe this off. Squirt a little alcohol inside the tubes here. Might as well squirt it on the outside as well. Another paper towel. Ooh, starting to run low. Wipe it off. Yeah, this thing is in way better shape than I thought it was from the initial feel of the fork. I was really surprised. I thought it was going to be way crappier in there. Alright, let's run this down. And then run it back up. Oh, still got some more crud on it. Put all the cruddy parts to the inside. You can use this rag again. Not a huge deal. I'm going to clean it out anyway. This stuff's old. Not going to be able to get it perfect. Get over there. Shove it in the middle. Until it's coming out of the top there. And then shove it back through. There we go. Take a look. Pretty damn clean. I want to do it again on the other tube here. Oh no, last paper towel. That's always a bummer. Always a bummer when you reach your last paper towel. Now, actually not 100% sure where the oil is supposed to go in this arrangement, but I am going to put oil in this shock. I realize there's no balance. Probably just grease in the first place. Probably why probably a really springy fork. But I think I want to put some oil in there. And the lower section thing. Wipe the old water, old crappy grease off. The bushings still feel good. They're soft, they're not hard, nothing's hard, nothing's dried out, that's good. That up there. Maybe I should put oil in here. I don't know. I just don't want it to get too dry again and get all squeaky. I got those. Gotta wipe off these. Now, there's a trick I learned. I forget who I learned it from. Probably somebody on STR. But with these, what you do is you put them in a cup of water, and then you microwave them, and they return to their original shape when they were new. And it's like having brand new, I don't know what the hell this would be. This would be a bushing, I guess. Not really a bushing, it's a, I don't know, it's a big foam thing. And then here's the coils. The coils look a little rusty. A little crusty, a little rusty. Spray that with a little WD. I'll hit it with a wire brush. Hopefully these don't break on me. They might, you know. It could happen. Never say never. But hopefully they don't. Get that all cleaned off. Get the other one all cleaned off. This one actually isn't rusty. Only one was rusty. I assume that was the one that was stuck in the tube. That's my guess for the rusty one. Get it all cleaned off. Get ready for fresh grease. Take your adjusters, wipe the old grease off of there. Everything's going to get nice, new, clean grease. Clean everything off. Everything needs to be clean. Clean is important. Alright. The last two things are the bottom bump stops. I'll show you how those go on in a second. Clean it all off. Clean everything off. Alright. Everything's all cleaned off now. Now what we're going to do is take our bolts that attach the uppers to the lowers. There's the threads. You see them? See the threads? 6mm Allen on the top. And we're going to grease up the bushings with our multi-purpose lithium grease. Use it on everything. That's the term, multi-purpose. Just grease up these bushings here. Got a little toothpick in there, keeps the hands a little cleaner. You don't need to get grease in the middle part there, just on the edges. But it kind of ends up there, kind of ends up everywhere. You want lots of grease. Can't have too much of it, especially in the shock where it's going to be sliding around. So, whoa. Get it all nice and greased up. This one's all done, nice and greasy. Now I got to grease up this one. Just kind of throw a big glob on there and then smooth it out with your finger or obstacle stick or toothpick or whatever you have. Then you got a big glob on there and then just kind of squeegee it down. Easiest way to do that. It's okay if you have a little too much. Like I said, you can't have too much. It's all lubrication. So throw that in there. On there. I'm going to take these and we're going to drop them into the top of our uppers. So line it up in there, drop it down. Comes out the bottom. Line it up, drop it down. We got both of them out of the bottom. Now, we're going to take the other two bushings that came out of the bottom of the fork and we're going to slide them onto the bottom. You gotta have to hold the center in place and then just slide it on there. Not sure if you can see. Slide it all the way up. Slide it on there. Pull it all the way back. So now we have bushings on the bottom. Same thing, you want to throw some grease on there. Lots of grease. Grease, grease, grease. Grease up these bottoms. Bushings, they're going to slide around a little bit. Down there. We're going to move to the bottom of this, but since we don't want those to move around, we pushed them up to the top. Lots of grease. So, grease it all up. Grease is cheap. Use lots of grease. Moving parts, more grease, smoother it's going to be. So get it all greasy and happy. You can even throw a little up there on the... You can even put some on the fork uppers. You're going to slide that into the bushings and everything in a second. You don't have to go too high because it's going to get smushed up on the it's going to get smushed up on the guides and the Teflon bushings that are in the top of the lowers. Alright, got that all greased up. Now we're going to set the top into the bottom. Here's the bottom, here's the top. Make sure you got your fork the right way. That is the wrong way. That is. And these have, I don't know if you can see, there's like a distinct bend in them. The fork Tubes go this way. If this is 90 degrees, the 4 tubes are slightly ahead of it. So this is the front, this is the back. So I'm holding it straight up and it kind of goes that way. That's the front of the bike. And the front of the fork blowers obviously has the V-brakes on it. So make sure you got it all oriented correctly. And drop it in. I'm not using the boots because I don't like boots. It's just a place for dirt to collect and fester, in my opinion. So if I can avoid the boots, I will avoid the boots. Alright, let's get this thing in there. There we go. Got it up in there. Push it all the way down. As low as it'll go. And then get your 6mm Allen out. Drop it in there. Get it in the top of that big plastic bolt. You can start it with your fingers. And then get your ratchet. Snap on, of course. I'm a brand name kind of guy. And get what you pay for, especially with tools. Tools are just something you don't need to skimp on, in my opinion. Get that all down there. Oh. There we go. There we go. Ooh. Seems to be operating now. Before it was kind of choppy and crappy. So now you want to wipe off all that extra grease everywhere. Out of paper towels, but I do have some clean shop rags, so we'll use a shop rag. I usually don't like to use shop rags on shocks because you don't know what's on the shop rag. A lot of times metal shops will send these things back to the towel cleaners, and then they'll be embedded with little metal shavings. But this fork's old. I'm pretty sure these are new towels, so I think I'll be okay. There's no oil in them. Not really gonna leak. Just gonna make greasy marks, but not a big deal. All right, got that all cleaned up. Now, despite not knowing if these forks take oil or not, I'm going to throw a little bit in there, just for lubrication purposes. Why not? I got it. It was cheap when I bought it, so I'll just throw a little in there. Should just help smooth everything out. One of those bushings, I mean, it's not going to leak. It's no pressure. It's sealed at the bottom, so just cycle this a couple times. You guys can hear that. It does feel smoother than when I started, but that could be any factor. Alright, I fill it up just to the top of my, how are they called? Things. Fill it up just to the top of those bolts. Drop in our springs. Next we're going to put in our big pink bushings. Now they are, what is it? They are oriented a specific way. There's a big dent or cutout step down on one side, the other side is square. The step down goes down on top of the spring. It has a little white cup on it. Push those down in there, give them a little shove, and they'll kind of slip into place. Next, we're going to take our spring tensioners or preloaders. Put a little grease on the top there, just at the bottom of the threads. Oops. Just on the bottom of the threads because it's going to get squished up. Do that on both of them. Just on the bottom right there. So that'll get squished up in there. That'll just kind of help with making it easier to take them out if you ever have to take them out again. I probably am not going to have to take these out again. Ever. But one never knows. You never know, you know. I might feel ambitious and want to change the springs or something. I don't know. It'll definitely be easier to do that next time. Since we've had everything taken apart already once now. Everything's all nice and clean and lubed. I've even got some retro stickers to throw on here. I haven't decided if I want to throw the hot pink ones on here or the green ones. I think I might go with the hot pink ones. Just because I haven't seen it in a long time, and I just happen to have a sticker sheet that has hot pink Rock Shox stickers on there. We'll get these tightened down. You don't need to wrench them down all the as hard as you can. Just kind of get them down so it's snug, and then kind of, there you go, that's good enough. And then wipe off the grease again. Always wipe off the grease. And then check it out. Sit on the floor. Actually, it doesn't feel as bad as I thought it would. It's pretty light too. I thought this fork would be a lot heavier. Let's compare this fork to that piece of crap Suntour fork. Let's see. The Suntour SX. I think it's got at least a pound or two on this Rock Shox fork here. And this Suntour fork. It scares me. I wouldn't trust that on anything. Alright. Sticker time. Let me get a clean towel here. See the fork lowers? Okay. A nice clean towel. A little alcohol. Wipe off the bottom here. We'll do a square pink Rock Shox. See my sweet sticker sheet? Pink Rock Shox stickers. Gotta do it. Can't help myself. Can't not do it. I'm gonna throw a regular one right here. Actually, we'll put it over this big scratch. Then we'll put the vertical one on the other side. Or, not a vertical sticker, but we'll put it vertically on there. Lay up the other pink Rock Shox sticker right here. Cover up the other scratch in the fork. There we go. Bam. I don't know if it's a Rock Shox fork. I think it is. Now we're styling with our nostalgic stickers. Hot pink Rock Shox. I want to say this is a jet fork. I don't know. All I know is it's old. All you can do is adjust preload. The springs on both sides. Well. Oops. Alright. That was I had to rebuild this old Rock Shox fork. The Anarchy bicycles. Remember, stick it to the man whenever you can.